Hello Aries, how are you? Welcome to your April 2017 love in general, or just love reading actually. I did a video explaining my whole love in general thing that I'm doing. This month I will be doing both. Things just got a little bit crazy in March. Anywho, I'm also using my Tarot of Delphi deck. I don't know if you could buy it online, maybe Amazon if you're lucky. I don't know if it's in print anymore. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So Aries, your love energies for April 2017. What are okay. Artisan of Wands reverse. Seven of Swords reverse. Four of Wands reverse. Six of Cups. Seven of Cups. Three of Wands. There's a lot of Wands happening here. I'm sensing fear of new steps, Aries. Fear of new beginnings, fear of growth, of change, of all sorts of things. Feeling quite unstable for some reason. We've got the Four of Wands surrounded by almost entirely by 7. And Four of Wands is hard when you're not feeling stable or secure. You know, when you're maybe even questioning your relationship or questioning where you stand with your partner, questioning, like so much questioning is going on, Seven of Cups, so much questioning and analyzing and really thinking about, you know, what's really truly important in this world and in this life. And like wow, I mean, you're going through a lot. Your mind is certainly very, very active. You might be really affected by this Venus retrograde that's happening right now. You know, but the Seven of Cups can also be such a beautiful place. It's a place of creativity and, you know, opening your mind. And you know, in a weird way, I kind of see it as being in like a drug-like state, okay? Now, just so you know, I've never really done drugs before. Like, I've never done mushrooms or anything like, you know, hallucinogens or anything like that. However, from what I've heard, you know, it's like these experiences where you just think about things in a different way, and you just like, it's almost as though you like find love, right? And you experience love in a very different way. Obviously it will depend on what you take, but I kind of am seeing that Seven of Cups in this circumstance being that type of drug-like affected state where you really are changing your, I mean, fully reprioritizing, fully considering everything that you've done in your life, the current state of your relationship, and really asking yourself, like, how is this all going to start to have meaning, or how is this all going to be coming together? Where am I really going? And in order to have full happiness in this life, what do I need to do? But I think that you're very unsure of what that is. Like, you're in this place of expansion and readiness. Seven of Cups can be beautiful because it means you are ready. You are ready to make a decision, right? Because what comes right after that is the Eight of Cups, which is when you're leaving something, right? So you may be like deciding and leaving something behind or someone behind because it really just isn't serving you anymore. And the Seven of Swords in the reversal means that I think you're tired of running away from, not running away, you're tired of the games, You're tired of playing, especially if you're single. Oh my gosh, like I think a lot of you are really getting to that point of, I just want love. I just want a relationship. I just want to be in love. I just want things to be simple. I think you are lacking simplicity in your life. Okay, we have the Six of Cups here. And Six of Cups can be an indication of a connection from the past coming back, but it can also just indicate dating, or it's also like emotional immaturity, right? And I'm feeling like you are tired of those superficial connections, and even connections that you felt maybe very, very deeply with someone. They still were very much based on superficial things and superficial reasons. And maybe it was the superficiality that kept you together. And just so you know, I'm going to get some backlash for this. I know it. I'm afraid to say it. But like, you know, these overwhelming feelings of love that we feel sometimes, and these like overwhelming attractions that we have to someone, I'm going to start placing those types of feelings, those unexplainable connections that we label as like twin flame and all of this business, kind of like halfway. I'm not fully committed to this, but in this instance, I'm, in the superficial department, okay? Because it's not love that can really have a foundation, right? It's love for love. But love does not create a relationship. Like, you cannot have a relationship just because you love them when there are extraneous circumstances. And I think there's a level of emotional immaturity and a lack of depth, okay, associated with this Six of Cups. Like, the connection doesn't delve deeper. It's just like, I love you, and that's it. And I think you're tired of that because it doesn't bring stability. It just brings almost like chaos, I'm feeling, because Seven of Cups can associate with chaos as well. And it's leaving you feeling totally unsatisfied and definitely not grounded. Artisan of Wands in and of itself is not the most grounded energy. So in the reversal, it's even less grounded, okay? And there can even be a level of... like in a good way, like a level of selfishness and like self-serving, because I think a lot of the things in your life you're deciding are not good for you and they are not serving you in a positive way. There's so many reversals. The wands are like reversed. And wands in the reverse, like anti-passion, you're either working against, passion in and of itself, working against taking action, working against but I think you're challenging your past lines of thinking again. I'm going to say it again, and probably will say it even more, is it's not serving you. Those deep karmic connections that you feel, it's not a relationship, you know what I mean? Or it's not fully, truly satisfying because there are other factors that are not up to par. Now, it's one thing if you have a relationship where you have that karmic connection and you have the compatibility as well, and things, maybe that's totally different. But I'm seeing it more on just an emotional level. It's too imbalanced, right? You need the practical and the intellectual connections as well. I think some of you are waiting for something to come in to help kind of like solve things, but you need to look within to solve. You need to look within in order to find solutions to this problem that you're having. I don't know why I'm feeling inspired to say these words. To me, this reading doesn't make any sense. Hopefully to you guys it makes sense. This guy's creative. He's an architect, right? He's a creative. He's a builder. He produces. He envisions. He's a visionary. And for some reason, that type of energy within you is a little bit blocked. And I think you're waiting for a saving grace, or you are waiting for a knight in shining armor, waiting for someone else or some external factor to come to you, but it's not going to come. So stop waiting. Okay, stop waiting for that. You really need to hold yourself responsible, because again, in the reversal, this energy doesn't tend to accept or handle responsibility and accountability very well. So you really need to make sure that you put that on you. Like if you're married and you're in a relationship, there's something that's not working, and there's something that you need to do in order to fix it. Actions are not being taken. This is like the most stunted reading I think I've had so far. It's almost like you've kind of hit a brick wall, and there's not, like, you're in a place of pondering growth, but the growth isn't actually happening. Could have so much to do with the retrograde, Venus retrograde right now. So don't put too much weight on this. I think it will pass. It will absolutely change. It's just right now, and it is just temporary, but it can feel like it's taking forever, right? But the fact of the matter is, you have the garden. I think that whatever phase this is coming to a point of completion. For better or for worse, it's totally neutral, right? Doesn't matter. But things are shifting and things are changing. This whole like mind and head coming to equilibrium, like for reals, you're really reaching that point of equilibrium, and there's going to be a level of acceptance of just, it is what it is, and now it's just time to just move on, because it's just not working. It's not serving you. Something needs to change. Like there's a desperate desire and a desperate need for change, because some of you might be really in your head. You might really be spinning. You might really be thinking about things, whether in the past or in your current love situation with your current partner, and your partner is not going to give you what you need. They're just not going to cross that bridge. There seems to be a lot of that going on. Like the other person, whatever sign you are, the other person is not going to do anything, and we're all being stubborn right now. So it's hard, but it is what it is. And like I said, you're going to just kind of accept that and just kind of let the demons be the demons, and let the beauty be the beauty, and just try to find a way to move forward. Let's see. Talking is so important, especially during times like this, because I don't think that there's really a lot of animosity between people. It's just we're just all in our heads right now. But it needs to be honest communication. It needs to be open, and it needs to be real, okay? And it cannot be exaggerated. It must be appropriate to the situation. So if you are feeling something and feeling that whatever it is isn't working, and you're feeling unstable and you need something in order to make that work, like, you cannot expect your partner to just know that. You need to communicate that. And it's important to not be like rude, right? Because the less rude you are, the more likely you will be to receive that thing that you need. And if you are totally single, it could even just be like asking someone out, right? And just stop waiting for them to do it, and you just do it. I think you need to be the one that opens your mouth and speaks. Okay? And the Emperor reverse. This is your card, Aries, the Emperor. The Emperor, number 4 right next to it, both reversed. Where's the stability? Where is the strength? Why aren't you wanting to take control? That's what you're good at, Aries. You are like not only the initiator in that you are a cardinal energy, you're bringing in the season of spring, but you are initiating the whole year for everybody. Like, you're the kickstart. That's your job. So why aren't you wanting to take control? Why aren't you wanting to start new things? I really think that there's a fear of, maybe it's a fear of failure, maybe it's a fear of embarrassment, or a fear of exposure or vulnerability or something. But, you're never going to know otherwise, and I think people are waiting for you in some way. They're waiting to hear from you, and they are not going to cross that bridge. They're not. it's almost like you need to be your own knight in shining armor. You need to be the one. And I say that, sorry for the men out there that are watching. I know women don't come out on their white horse in their armor, but you know what I mean, hopefully. Six of Wands is it is the card of success and victory, but it has undertones of narcissism and selfishness and ego. And, sometimes our ego does get in the way, and sometimes we do expect others to bend for us. Oh, hold on. Okay, Aries, someone knocked on my door and I totally lost my train of thought, so I'm sorry about that. But let me just keep going. I didn't touch the deck or anything, so let's pull these out. Ten of Coins, Seven of Coins. I like that the coins are being, I don't know why I'm shaking right now. The coins are in the right side up because it speaks to practicality, right? And it speaks to keeping it basic, keeping it simple. Simplification right now is going to be your best friend. And sometimes it can be hard to do that. Sometimes it can be overwhelming to do that. In some weird way, keeping it simple can be one of the hardest things. Any devotee of coins is kind of like the page of coins, and it can be messages, text messages, Facebook, whatever, just really, but real, right? I mean, coins have passion as well. Every sign has passion. And the red of her robe, I mean, I love that the coins is associated with the red, that they used red. Because I think that the message that must be delivered must be quite meaningful, simple, clear, and meaningful. And it almost needs to say everything that you need to say, right? And it can't be something in order for you to get something back. If you feel like you've lost something, this message should not be to rekindle something, because I think that whatever you would be rekindling is not that good anyway. Okay? But if there's something that you need to get off your chest, and something that you really need to say, choose the words carefully. And like I say, and I wouldn't expect a response either. Again, just with the energies around all of us, I don't know if those messages will come back to you. So if you do need to say something short, concise, but full of substance, okay? Think of a tweet. How much can you say in 140 characters? Well, people, you can be surprised at what you can say in 140 characters, right? And strength. In the reversal, indicating weakness or a lack of patience or willpower, or just like there's definitely something that you don't want anymore, that your patience is running thin, you're being pushed and stretched to the limits. And I don't like seeing strength in reverse. Four of Coins in the reverse is good about letting it out. You're no longer holding it. I feel like there's been something that's been very contained. A lot has been contained, and now you're kind of popping the lid on the pickle jar, all right? And it's starting to come out, or it's time for it to come out. And as much as you don't want to, because I think that you are fighting urges. You are fighting urges to communicate. You are fighting urges because you don't want to be vulnerable. You don't want to put yourself out there. And you do have a little bit of an ego thing going on right now. And a little bit of a lack of that desire to initiate. I'm not seeing an outcome per se. So you kind of have to be open to either way, whether it goes well or whether it goes bad. But at least you know that you did what you had to do, or you did what you wanted to do, or that will give you something that will give you peace. Oh, I'm loving that Justice just came out. So it's likely, actually, now that I just say that, it's likely that you speaking or you delivering some form of message or, you know, reaching out to someone or talking and having that conversation, it's very likely that it might not get you everything that you want, right? Like I said, it won't rekindle a relationship. It won't get someone back. It won't really, I don't think it will give you anything except peace of mind. And in a way, it's kind of like coming full circle with justice. Justice has been popping out a lot as well for me in my private readings. Just that things becoming fair. Like the universe and the planets are readjusting to make things fair again, to make things even. And karma, if you believe in it or not, whatever is owed to people is being given to people, okay? So if you are in a marriage or something and there's just something you just gotta say or get off your chest, like, and you actually do say it, just know that it's more for you than it is for them. It's more to give you peace of mind. It's more to give you like a little bit less to think about, because the more contained all this stuff is, the more it festers in your mind. And sometimes journaling helps, right? But sometimes journaling sucks because no one ever gets to hear it. You know what I mean? I think that there's something very specific that you want to say to someone, and you're not, and you haven't yet, but it's causing a lot of instability in your life, right? It's causing a lot of problems by not expressing this. So, and if you're just kind of interested in someone, or if you have an ex or something, again, this will be something for you just that you need to say to just get things back on track again. I'm wondering if once you have that clarity and you have that peace of mind, okay, after that conversation, or after, if you do decide to do that, if things don't kind of quickly turn around in some way or quickly change in some way for you, with that justice there, again, not expecting anything coming back to you, but just, it's like one of the processes of manifestation, right? You want to manifest good things in your life. You have to express it, and you have to do those things. So, yeah, I'm going to leave you with that, Aries. I don't know. That one was kind of confusing for me. I don't know. I hope it makes sense for you. My guess is that you're itching. You're itching to do something, but you're just not. Like, you're really reining it in. You're really holding yourself back and preventing yourself from doing anything. Just remember, the essence of these coins is very calm, almost an aloof vibe, okay? But still warm and inviting, but it's just like, it's very easy. Seven of coins and devotee of coins, when we're talking about communication, or when we're talking about messages, or even pathways, it is very black and white. It's like, this is what I need to do, so I just got to do it, kind of thing, So, I mean, don't stress out so much about it. Don't think about it so much, because, my God, you have been thinking long enough. Like, stop thinking. It's killing you. Get it out. Stop thinking, get it out. Okay? So, alrighty, I'm going to leave you with that. I wish you nothing but the best, really, truly. And I will see you in May. Thanks so much. Bye.